Hello everybody, this is Jason from Hooniverse. As many of you know, we all have various project cars that we feature on the website. Mine has been no different, but it has also been quite a learning experience with my 1968 Mustang Fastback that we've turned into a Eleanor recreation. This is Robert with Rockstar Trends. Robert, how are you doing today?
Good to see you, Jason.
Good to see you as well. So we've gone through lots of things with this car, and it doesn't change every single time we do something, and something else needs to change. Various variations that we've gone through with the car. Explain to what we're trying to do right now.
Well, right now we've come into a bit of a headache in the sense of the twin turbo system with the piping for the intercooler. What's basically going on is this was designed to go straight line. The people that were involved with this when we had it back half and when we did the turbos were two different shops, two different guys. Great guys that are in the business that really know what they're doing, but when they're designing something, they had it designed for one thing, and that's straight lining. And with you wanting to do the autocrossing and the tracking and you doing the Optima stuff, this car really isn't meant to handle that or do that any longer. And at this point, it's really a safety issue. You and I have been friends for a lot of years now, and it's to the point now where consciously we can't move forward because it really puts your life and other people's lives in danger, and we don't want that.
No, I definitely don't want that. This car already scares me as it is.
It's a scary car because it's going to be a 1,000 horsepower beast. It's twin turbo. It's a 351 Windsor, for those of you who don't know, stroked out to a 408. It's got the Victor Jr. heads on it and the big stuff 3 EFI management system. So that's just the motor. It doesn't cover the transmission, the rear end, or any of that other jazz. You add on 2 Garrett T3 turbos, this thing's a beast. And we're looking at 1,000 horsepower, and it'll go straight like a bat out of hell. But you want to go left, you want to go right, it's not going to happen right now. And this is why it's so important for people to really realize when they're doing their cars to really plan. What are you really going to use the car for? And stick to that plan. Because, you know, again, great guys that are in the business who we don't want to name right now because it's not really their fault per se, but when you have one guy who has one intention and another guy who has another intention, and ultimately the owner, in this case you, who has another intention, you've got 3 different visions, 3 different cooks in the kitchen, and ultimately you end up where we're at today, which is a really killer looking car that's so close to being finished, and it's heartbreaking. But realistically, even if we weren't friends, I couldn't let the car go on the street knowing what the potential liability is.
Thank you very much for that. Since we've talked about what's going on under the hood, let's take a look under the hood and see what we're working with. Robert, explain to us what we've got right here.
Well, right here, Jason, what we have here is our 351 Windsor that we had stroked out to a Ford, built by Greg over at Total Performance here in San Diego. Beyond that, we have custom headers. We have 2 Garrett T3 turbos. We have a March Performance mid-mount serpentine system that has power steering and, yes, air conditioning. Air conditioning,
it's in California, I want AC.
1,000 horsepower, badass car, and it's got AC. Did I mention power windows and power door locks?
You did, just now, yes.
Just now.
Yes, we got AC and power. We want all the creature comforts with our 1,000 horsepower cars.
That's it. So we got the Spider intake manifold right here. Big 110 millimeter throttle body. You got your elbow here, your blow-off valve. You got your twin Garrett T3 turbos. And then after that, you have the piping that goes to the intercooler that we were just talking about right now. Now, beyond that, you have the Big Stuff 3 Pro EFI fuel injection system. We have a Hydro Boost over here with the Woolwood master cylinder. And we have a hydraulic clutch kit on here from Modern Driveline. We have a PA Performance 1G alternator, as well as their high torque mini starter bolted up to a TKO 500.
So if everybody geeked out a little bit, you know that there's a lot of stuff on here. Another thing that I want to point out from friends of Hooniverse, we do have, thank you Mike and Jim Ring, we have Ring Brothers hood hinges. We didn't get those directly from you. I did not know you guys back then at all. So yes, we have some interesting parts that are on this car, and we've talked, it's going to be a considerable amount of power, so it's definitely good that we're going to have to reimagine and rethink what we're going to be doing with the intercooler tubing, because we don't want to have a wheel blowout or anything. So it's just, okay, we go back to the drawing board, figure out how we're going to run this intercooler system, and then get this beast on the road. We'll be updating you as far as any kind of good updates do come along, and stay tuned for next time.